What is going on, guys? Panther here, one of your commissioners and coaches of the American Pokemon Association, and I am very, very excited to bring you the APA Season 3 Awards show here. So we have some really amazing awards that are up for grabs here this season, and let me just start out by first thanking everyone for making this season possible. So let me say thank you to all 16 of the coaches for participating here in the APA this season. Let me say thank you to all of the Jenners that we had, all of the graphics artists like Elite Four Dan that participated here, all of the assistant coaches, and most importantly, all of you guys, the fans who came out and supported the teams that you were rooting for this season and the mons that you were rooting for this season. So thank you guys so much for making this possible. This definitely could not have happened without your support. So thank you so much for that. But anyways, let's move right along here. So we have some amazing awards that are up for grabs. How the APA does it, of course, most everyone knows that most leagues are based around tiers. So what we do here in the APA is we actually award an MVP award for each of those tiers. So we're about to see a Tier 5 MVP, a Tier 4 MVP, a Tier 3 MVP, Tier 2, Tier 1, Coach of the Season, and then overall League MVP. Now you may be asking yourselves, how are these MVP awards decided? So a couple of things actually go into that. Stats are kept throughout the season, number of games played that each Pokemon participated in, number of kills that each Pokemon had throughout the season, number of times that it died, and then something that's very unique to the APAs, something that we call trophies. So basically the trophy system is a quality of the kill award. So killing a Kingler and killing a Mega Venusaur should be looked at totally different. So killing a Tier 5 Pokemon awards the Pokemon knocking it out 1 trophy. Killing a Tier 4 Pokemon awards 2, Tier 3 awards 3, Tier 2 awards 4, Tier 1 awards 5, and then knocking out a Mega Pokemon awards the Pokemon that knocked it out 6 trophies. So we keep those stats, they accumulate all season, and that goes into the final awards ballot at the end of the season that your 16 coaches voted on. So these are chosen by the coaches in the league. These are chosen by the guys that had to play against these monsters throughout the season. So no better people to pick, in my opinion, than actually the people that had to actually face these guys. So you're going to see a lot of different coaches on display right here. You're going to see a lot of different mons. And yeah, guys, we're going to dive right into it here. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this season and your support. And hopefully you guys enjoy the presentation that we're about to bring you here for Season 3. So up first here for the first award is our Tier 5 MVP award for APA Season 3. So we have 2 Pokemon that performed well enough this season that were up for the nomination here for this award. We have Kecleon from Lynx Forte and the South Florida Booloos. And then we have Tauros from Leo and the Durham Druddigons. So Kecleon this season came to 9 games, had 7 kills, 9 deaths, and 28 trophies. And then Tauros came to 7 games with 8 kills, 5 deaths, and 31 trophies. So both of these coaches really used these mons particularly well. It's really cool to see a couple of mons that usually don't get a spotlight really performing well and really being brought to so many games. Kecleon appearing in 9 games, and Lynx was actually able to use Kecleon very, very well. Primarily setting up rocks, but also causing some trouble as well with its priority type moves and being able to go Protean and just hit kind of hard on that side with stab attacks. And then Tauros here just being able to put in a lot of work with 8 kills overall this season. But receiving 12 votes, 12 out of the 16 votes here for this award, we have 5150, the Tauros winning with 7 games played overall, 8 kills, 5 deaths, and 31 trophies. So you're going to see some of the highlights play from Leo using this guy here this season. Tauros just being just a menace to switch into. He was able to use it really, really well. You know, Tauros has a couple of good abilities with Intimidate and with Sheer Force, and the normal typing to really back it up with, since most normal types usually get a lot of coverage moves, and Tauros gets a lot of coverage moves. It doesn't really have much of a special attack, but it gets moves like Ice Beam, Fire Blast. I think it actually gets Thunderbolt and Thunder as well. But also just being able to hit so hard on the physical side, being Sheer Force, Life Orb boosted. with sets like Body Slam. Of course, it's going to nerf the Parachance, but it's going to boost it because Sheer Force. But then like Zen Headbutt, Rock Slide. It gets coverage moves like Earthquake to hit steel types, and then Double Edge if you just want to hit really, really hard and be able to run Intimidate also. But as you can see, this thing is just such a pain to switch into. It's so fast too with this 110 base attack that it's just really able to come in and just nuke things over and over. And for a tier 5 Pokemon like this to be brought to 7 games and to be able to rack up kills like it did, I mean, Leo was really able to use it well as just a wall breaker, as you can see. I mean, it just punched holes in opposing teams, just setting up the rest of the team for the match. But you know, those 31 trophies overall are no joke either. I mean, that's quite a bit of trophies for a tier 5 Pokemon to have. So Leo was really able to use it well, and he was able to run some really cool sets on it also, like you're about to see here with this Sleep Talk that he's about to pop this Amoonguss with and be able to pick up a KO with it. But you know, again, 5150 here, the Tauros just being able to just to surprise a lot of teams, because I know when I played at week 1, I didn't really even prep much for it because I thought I could just handle it with my natural bulk, but it ended up being just such a pain to switch into. And it was able to basically nullify my Nidoqueen there in that match. So Leo was really, really able to use it well this season. So congratulations to you, Leo, and 5150 here for the Durham Dragons picking up that Tier 5 MVP award for the APA in Season 3. So here we are now at the Tier 4 awards for APA Season 3, and as you can see up on screen, we have 2 really qualified candidates here for the Tier 4 MVP award. We have Aromatisse from Crimson Seabed and the Detroit Steel Wings, and then we have the Spirit from Kurt and the Adelaide Absols. Stat-wise, both of these mons are pretty neck and neck. The Spirit with 5 games played, 6 kills, 5 deaths, 22 trophies. Aromatisse with 9 games played, 5 kills, 5 deaths, and 20 trophies. And both of these mons, as you can see just from the stat line, pretty equal. The Spirit came to 4 less games, but you know, very, very close in kills, deaths, and trophies. And the vote itself reflected that also, with one of these mons winning a very close race, 9 votes to 7. As you can see up on screen now, taking home the award is Spirit of the Adelaide Absols. So again, 5 games played, 6 kills, 5 deaths, and 22 trophies. And yeah, Kurt was really able to use Spirit surprisingly well here in APA Season 3. Was able to bring a variety of different sets. I believe he brought Trick Room with it. I think is kind of on display here, like a Trick Room offensive set. He brought rocks on it a lot, but it is a very reliable stealth rock setter. Has really good stats across the board for it to be a Tier 4 mon. Base 80 speed, and then reliable defenses and a usable offensive stat as well. So not bad for a legendary mon. Decent ability and Levitate grants him a ground immunity also, so you know, it's a very solid mon overall for it to be a Tier 4 choice. Where I think it really stands out though is just the coverage moves. So this mon gets a lot of different coverage moves just to you can really fine tune it just to kind of pick off certain mons. As you can see here, using that Thunder against the Rain team here to knock out the Tornadus. Gets moves like Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball. I believe he gets Ice Beam. Gets a lot of status moves, Toxic, Thunder Wave. It can pivot with U-turn, but very, very solid mon overall. Bulky Psychic type. It's a bargain value to be Tier 4. I mean, it really is. It has really good natural bulk. I mean, you didn't really see it there with that Draco Meteor Miss, but it can sponge hits and just really retaliate back with big hard-hitting moves. I mean, it just is a very, very solid mon overall. And Kurt was able to use it very well this season. You know, it can't come into less than half of his games, but still picking up a very solid amount of kills with 6 kills. Yeah, it did die every time it came, but it did its job, setting up rocks or setting up the Trick Room. So congratulations to you, Kurt, on taking home the Tier 4 MVP award this season. So on to the Tier 3 MVP award now, and man, do we have some amazing Pokemon up on screen now for this award vote. So we have Zoroark from Link's Forte and the South Florida Bulus, coming in with 9 games played, 12 kills, 6 deaths, and 47 trophies. And then we have Lycanroc Dusk from A-Drive and the St. Louis Rampardos. And both of these mods really laid a claim to the overall MVP race this season as well. This again was a vote that really came down to just one vote. The winner of this had 9 votes. The second place had 7. So, you know, one vote really tipped the scale here, and either one of these mods really deserving of the award. Lycanroc came to a few less games. Zoroark ended up coming to 9 of the games. Lycanroc came to 7. Both of them basically even kill in the kills. Zoroark with 12, Lycanroc with 11. Lycanroc only died one time though, to Zoroark's 6. But Zoroark led in overall kills and trophies with 47 to 42. And either one of these mods are very, very deserving. Both coaches used them offensively very, very well this season. I had to face both, and you know, really both of them just tore my team apart. Lycanroc picked up 3 kills against me, and I believe Zoroark picked up 2, I want to say. But you know, both of these mods were very, very scary to have to prep for. Both of them have amazing abilities. Zoroark with Illusion, Lycanroc with the Tough Claws. So we'll go ahead and reveal it now to you guys. We have Zoroark from the South Florida Bulus. So congratulations to you, Lynx. Again, we'll go over it. 9 games played, 12 kills, 6 deaths, 47 trophies. Lynx actually at one point in the league, I think it was like week 3, Zoroark was still leading the overall MVP race. It really put in the finest of work early in the season. I think Lynx started like either 2-1 or 3-0, and it was really Zoroark that just threw this team on its back and just really was able to rack up some kills early on in the season. And this mod is just so threatening. I mean, as you can see here, he can really just pick how he wants to set up. It has access to Nasty Plot, it has access to Swords Dance, and really being able to run the Illusion and disguise yourself as something that Zoroark actually checks, but they bring it in to check the Pokemon that you're disguised as, is just such a cool ability. It has that priority with Sucker Punch. It has coverage moves for days with moves like Low Kick, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb. I remember when I was prepping for it, it just presented such a matchup nightmare. And Lynx was really able to take advantage of that early on in the season, and just plowed through teams, man. I think in the first like 2 weeks it racked up like 8 or 9 kills or something like that. So you know, it was just such a menace. I mean, this thing can pivot with U-turn. We've already talked about how it's set up with both of its setup moves with Nasty Plot and Swords Dance. So you know, this mod definitely, I think Lynx definitely enjoyed using it this season, and we'll definitely pay closer attention to it. You know, going forward. Sometimes it's tier 4 in leagues. We actually have a tier 3 in ours, and Lynx really just showed why it can be that here in the APA. So congratulations again to you, Lynx. Very deserving, and this mod can definitely make a run for the actual overall MVP award as well, that we'll go over later in the video. So here we are now at our tier 2 MVP award for APA Season 3, and this race actually came down to 3 different Pokemon. So up on screen right now we have Azelf of the Green Bay Pikachus with 10 kills. 6 games played, 10 kills, 3 deaths, and 43 trophies. We have Kaomo with 7 games played, 13 kills, 4 deaths, and 47 trophies of the St. Louis Rampardos. And then we have Hawlucha of the Miami Donphans with 8 games played, 9 kills, 3 deaths, and 36 trophies. So again, another very diverse race here of some mons that you may not typically see even drafted in Draft League, like Azelf. And then 2 really big threats in Como and Hawlucha. Actually winning this race though was actually ended up being no contest with 12 overall votes. We have Como and the St. Louis Rampardos taking home this award. So, you know, Dan really used Como very, very good this season. Coming to 7 games, picking up 13 kills with 4 deaths and 47 trophies. And Dan brought a lot of really cool sets here. I think the defensive sets on display here in this match against Kyle early in the season. But, you know, Como's got a lot of natural bulk. It can hit hard both on the physically attacking and special attacking side. It can set up with moves like Dragon Dance. It gets access to like a Totemize as well, so it can get up one of those boosts on maybe like a special attacking set. I believe it gets SD. I think it actually gets Belly Drum, so like a Sub-Salic set. Could have been really cool. But Dan was able to really use this Mon well this season, as he put on display with 13 kills in 7 games. And it was really very deserving of this award. He used it to set up his rocks here, I think, with the defensive set as well. But he was able to use it really offensively with a couple of sweeps with it throughout the season too. So you know, he definitely deserved the award with Como, and that was on display with 12 out of the 16 coaches actually voting for it. You know, it was really just a menace to prep for, because it's got, you know, some good abilities with bulletproof and soundproof. So if you have certain types of offensive mons like Mega Guard or like Gengar, Sylveon, it can really shut down those mons. Mons like Boom Bursters, like Exploud or Swellow. Just you can really fine tune those abilities to really check certain mons on your opponent's team. So a lot of thought definitely goes into this mon week in and week out. Obviously, it gets access to a very broken Z move that is definitely banned, and I can't remember off the top of my head if this mon was actually a Z mon for Dan. Off the top of my head, just going through some of his highlights here through some of his videos, I don't remember a time where he actually used a Z move in a match with it, but I could be wrong on that. But you know, look at that. It just, I know that's a resisted hit, but that hit right there, it took like 12 damage from that. This mon is such a good mon. Being able to be so bulky and be able to set up, you know, it was a nightmare to prep for when I played for, man. I had Clefable, but aside from that, if he was able to eliminate Clefable, it was just, it could have the potential just to run through my team. So congratulations to you, Dan, taking home the Tier 2 MVP award, and congratulations to Como taking home this award here this season. So we're finally here now at our Tier 1 MVP award, and we're moving pretty quickly through these awards here this season. And up on screen here now is 2 mons that I think were 1 and 2 in trophies throughout the season. This season. So we have Latios from Crimson Seabad and the Detroit Steel Wings, and then we have Zygarde 50% from Jacob as always, and the Green Bay Pikachus. And let me just say, no matter who wins this one, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about them here, because I'm going to talk about them a whole lot more in the final overall league MVP award. So, where do I even begin with these 2 mons? They really both did so very well throughout this season. Latios came to 7 games, had 18 kills, 3 deaths, and 74 trophies. Really just kind of put Crimson on his back to will him to playoffs with that late season push. And then we have Zygarde 50%. Coming to all 12 of the games, leading the league in kills though with 22 kills, 5 deaths, and 76 trophies overall. So either one of these mons very deserving of this award here. Very close race, but with 11 overall votes, we have Zygarde 50% of the Green Bay Pikachus here on display. 12 games played, so all 12 games with 22 kills, 5 deaths, and 76 trophies. And Jacob really just showing why Zygarde 50% is such a threat in Draft League format. So when you look at his stats overall aren't too flashy. 108 attack. I want to say it's 108 attack. It's either 108 attack or 108 HP. I'm going to look that up real fast just because I want to know. But this mon just is really such a nightmare to prep for. All right, yeah, so 100 base attack, 108 HP, 121 defense, and then 95 speed tier. So it's got some amazing overall bulk. Now, sure, it has that ×4 weakness to ice. It's weak to fairy, but with its dual stab, it's really hard to switch into because not too many things resist dragon. I mean, you've got the fairy immunity, and then you have steel types. Steel types obviously can't switch into that ground type attack. And the fairies, you know, not all of them want to take like a banded 1,000 arrows or like a +1 tectonic rage. So it's really just a nightmare and prep to have to prep for. Not the greatest of speed tiers for a dragon, but it is what it is. There, it's useful with its natural overall bulk. And Jacob was able to use it amazingly well this season. Let's not even dance around it. Jacob used it very well. But that's all we're going to say about it for right now. Congratulations to you, Jacob, on winning this Tier 1 MVP award. And let me just say, just because Zygarde won this award does not mean he is absolutely guaranteed to win the overall MVP award. That's a totally separate vote by itself. So we'll have to stay tuned and see who took home the overall MVP award. But nonetheless, congratulations to you again, Jacob, on winning this award here for APA Season 3. So here finally now, we are in the Mega Tier MVP award. So we have 5 phenomenal Mega Pokemon that were really used well throughout the season. Here up for the nomination for this award here now. And if you notice something up on screen as well, 4 out of the 5 of these Pokemon are actually lower tier Megas. So Mega Heracross, 4 Phantom Base in the New York Cosmogs, 7 games played, 10 kills, 5 deaths, 40 trophies. Mega Manectric, 4 Jacob as always, and the Green Bay Pikachus with 9 games played, 9 kills, 6 deaths, and 34 trophies. Mega Houndoom for A-Drive and the St. Louis Rampardos with 9 games played, 9 kills, 7 deaths, and 33 trophies. Mega Aerodactyl for myself and the Carolina Clefables with 12 games played, 9 kills, 6 deaths, and 37 trophies. And then Mega Lote Bunny for Elite Four Dan and the Chelsea Cloisters with 10 games played, 12 kills, 7 deaths, and 38 trophies. So really tight race, really tight in kills, really tight as far as the trophies go as well, which of course we use to grade the quality of the kill basically. So the winner of the APA Wi-Fi Season 3 Mega Tier MVP award is, we have Kuroto, the Mega Heracross here. Coach Phantom Base of the New York Cosmogs taking home this award with his Mega Heracross. So Mega Heracross, you can see the stat line down there. Again, I'll say it. 7 games played, 10 kills, 5 deaths, and 40 trophies. So came to the least games out of all of those Mega Pokemon that were also up for the award. Also led in trophies and had the second most kills on the list. So 7 overall votes from the 16 coaches. 5 of them went towards Mega Aerodactyl. 3 of them went towards Mega Houndoom. And the other Pokemon, I think, each received a vote as well. But as you can see, Mega Heracross was just used so well for Phantom Base this season. I mean, its attack power and bulk's just really on full display here. It's strong enough to be able to just sponge hits from Mons. And with its 185 base attack, being able just to hit so hard, being a huge problem to switch into with all of its coverage. Plus its ability and skill link as well. So I think it's access to Rock Blast, Pin Missile, Bullet Seed, Close Combat as always. Has access to moves like Swords Dance and Substitute to really abuse those switches as well. And really punish teams that don't prep well enough for it. But I think you're also underestimating the bulk on this thing as well. This thing is just so naturally bulky. It can just sponge hits and then just dish out damage in return. So this is a really scary Pokemon to switch into. One that Tyler, I think, actually picked up in free agency after week 1 or week 2 of the season, and was just able to help carry him, help throw him on his back, bring him to playoffs. So very impressive season here from Mega Heracross, and it really did help Tyler make those playoffs, and he's currently still in them and trying to push through on the back of Mega Heracross here. But again, very deserving of this award. It really shows you just the kind of power that this thing just packs, able to support the rest of Tyler's team pretty well also just helping set up some of those other sweepers by wall breaking and just really doing what it does best. But Tyler also brought some cool tech on it this season with the feint that we saw earlier on that Gyarados, being able to pick it off. But just generally, this thing is just a pain. It's just really just a powerhouse. Really difficult to switch into, and he just really was able to take advantage of it and abuse that. Really pairs well with that Tapu Fini as well. That just now hit me also, because it can't be statused, so you can't burn it, you can't toxic it, you can't paralyze it or anything like that in the misty terrain. And this thing's just a menace. I mean, as you can see, just sponging the hit from that's Diggersby right there. That's huge power Diggersby, and firing back off just a huge move just to be able to claim lives this season. So congratulations to Tyler on winning that Mega Tier MVP award, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one here for Season 3. Alright guys, so up next for the APA Season 3, we have the Coach of the Season award. So we have 4 coaches that really just outperformed the other 12 coaches in the league. So 8 wins qualified you for the award nomination this season, voted on by their peers. So first we have Jacob, as always, of the Green Bay Pikachus, 10-2 overall with a plus 37 differential. We have A-Drive in the St. Louis Rampardos with a 9-3 record and a plus 13 differential. We have Kyle A and the Miami Dawn fans, 9-3 and with a plus 27 differential. And then we have Leo in the Durham Druddigons, 8-4 overall with a plus 6 differential. So this race was very close, but winning the award with 9 overall votes was the only team that matters, Kyle A and the Miami Dawn fans. 9 wins, 3 losses on the season. That should actually have a little infinity sign there, because he never loses. 27 plus differential here as well. Just really performed very good here this season in the APA. Had a very scary team, such an offensive team. The Lucha Tapu Koko core, also Mega Sizzle, Porygon 2, Haxorus, just so many mons. Darmanitan, which is the bane of my existence this season, just being able to crush me. He beat several of the top coaches in the league that were on winning streaks. He took down A-Drive, he took down Jacob, so he was able to play very well this season, and you're just going to see some of the highlights from his season up there. He performed exceptionally well, and in the toughest division and by far the toughest conference, being able to pick up 9 wins also, because keep in mind, he played all of those conference teams once, and only 2 of those teams had losing records, and both of those teams were just 1 game off from a winning record. So both of those losing teams were 5-7. So he had to play some of the toughest teams in the league and was still able to finish with 9 wins and 3 losses. And like I said, knocking off basically everyone in that division that made playoffs, and everybody in that conference that made playoffs. So Kyle had an excellent season here. There's no other way around it. He was able to use his team very well. He was able to bring some amazing heat here this season also. He brought some standard stuff like this Scarf Darm here that's currently destroying my life in the highlight reel. But he brought some really cool sets like Sub Porygon with Toxic, and like Tri-Attack, just mono attacking. But I remember he brought a sub Seismitoad against me in particular. Like I said, he was just able to use. It wasn't like he didn't rely basically on one Pokemon throughout the season. Yeah, he had the big threats with the Mega Sizzle or with the Tapu Koko, but he was able just to use all of the mons on his roster so well. I mean, if you look at his overall stats for the season with his Pokemon, there were many that had double-digit kills, and I do believe that every mon on his team actually had a kill as well. I mean, he was just able to use them all just so good. The Hawlucha in the electric terrain, the Mega Scizor being able to set up and sweep, Haxorus being able to set up and sweep, Darm just being able to wall break, and then his fat Pokemon like the Seismitoads, like the Porygon 2s, like the Tizarinas, just being able just to sponge hits for him. Also being able to win with like some style points. I believe he ran the Scarf Wheezing to take care of the Kartana that may pop up later in this highlight reel here that we have. So Kyle really going just above and beyond here this season, in my opinion, and very, very deserving. He claimed 9 overall of the 16 votes. Jacob claimed 5 overall, and then A-Drive claimed 3 of the overall votes, bringing to a wrap those 16 votes. But Kyle was just able to capture so many of the coaches' vote. I believe just really just being able to rely on his entire roster, just in my opinion, and really being able just to not lean on just one Pokemon in particular, like some may have, like me with Mew, for example, but just being able to use just the majority of them just so well. Of course, he made playoffs. He made playoffs as the number 2 seed in his division. I don't know the results of that game yet, so just be sure to check out that battle up on Kyle's channel, of course, if it's not up yet. I don't know if round one should be up this Sunday. I don't know when this video is going to go up exactly, but just definitely be sure to check that out, because he plays A-Drive round 1 of the playoffs, and that's going to be a really, really exciting game to see. But congratulations to you, Kyle, again, on winning the Coach of the Season for APA Season 3. So congratulations, man. You deserve it. So here it is, guys. We have the award that everyone has been waiting for here now. So up on screen, you can see it. Our overall league MVP award here for APA Season 3, and you can see the winners of each individual tiers here up on this slide. Now we have our Tier 5 winner, Tauros. We have our Tier 4 winner, Spirit. Our Tier 3 winner, Zoroark. Our Tier 2 winner in Kommo. Our Tier 1 winner in Zygarde 50%, and then we have our Mega Tier winner in Mega Heracross. Not all of these mons actually received votes for the overall MVP award, but there were a couple mons not pictured up here. So Latios was a mon that received several votes here this season, so let's not forget about Latios as well. But taking home the overall league MVP award with 5 overall votes. No, that does not seem like a lot, but all 16 coaches had the ability to vote for any mon that was nominated. So any mon that you saw nominated across all of these slides could receive a vote for this award. So 5 of those coaches overall voted for this Pokemon to take on this award. And it will come as no surprise to see that Zygarde 50% of the Green Bay Pikachus taking home the overall league MVP award. So congratulations to you, Jacob. One more time, we have 12 overall games played, 22 kills, 5 deaths, and 76 trophies overall. So again, we're going to talk about it just briefly here a little bit. Zygarde really showing why it is such a threat in League format, especially with Z moves. Has access to 2 really good setup moves in Dragon Dance and then Coil as well. This is just a monster to have to face. You can be as creative as you want with it. You can run Banded. You can run the Coil set, like a sub-Coil set like Jacob ran this season. You can run Dragon Dance, which is just such a good set because, with its bulk, you can afford to run like Adamant and stuff just so it can sponge hits. That's like a Life Orb Iron Head right there that it just sponged from that Excadrill. That's just an example of just what Zygarde, just the kind of hits it can take with this overall natural bulk. With little to no investment, it can just really just take neutral hits and really afford to set up on so many different things. Now, of course, it has that quad weakness to ice, and we've already talked about that. That can be a huge issue for it, but if you have the team to support it, which I feel like Jacob really did a good job of this season, it can really just plow through teams. And as you can see, picking up 22 kills, that's plowing. This thing led Jacob to 10 wins this season, and I don't think anybody's going to argue what a matchup nightmare this thing really can create. We talked about its spammable dual stab with its ground moves and its dragon type moves, but it has access to one of the best ground type moves in the game in Thousand Arrows, because it hits those levitate mons, it hits those air balloon mons, it hits those flying types and removes that flying type from it. So mons like Zapdos and Skarmory are no longer a check. it gets trapping moves. It gets like moves like block, the poison type move that traps. No, it's the ground type move. It's Thousand Waves traps. So it can, you know, use something as setup fodder, potentially like a Blissey, or like a Mom that can't touch it, like a Ferrothorn, even as Jacob showed earlier this season. It's just a great mod, and very, very deserving of this award. So congratulations to you, Jacob, for taking home this the overall league MVP award this season. This is one for the record books here this season, guys. So congratulations to you again, man. So guys, now just wanted to say that's it for the award show here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video that I put together. Of course, again, want to thank Dan for providing all the graphics this season. He does an amazing job. That's Elite Four Dan on that one. One of our beloved commissioners here in the APA. And I just want to give one final thank you to all of the coaches that participated here this season. Be sure to check out the finals game. That is going to be going up on the coaches channel soon. Don't want to give any spoilers just in case you guys have not watched their videos. Be sure to go and check out all the coaches in the description down below. But again, thank you guys. I want to thank all the fans this season, no matter what team you supported, whether you were, you know, supporting my team or one of the other 15 coaches. Thank you guys so much just for supporting the APA this season. Really, really looking forward to watching this finals game here coming up this weekend. And yeah, guys, just want to say thank you so much again for all the love that you showed all the coaches this season. But guys, that's it for me. Again, thank you guys one last time, and until season 4, this is Panther. I'll see you.